Okay, so I've completed the 10th unit of work, and for this unit I decided to create a promotional material for a band/artist. The first thing I researched was target audience. So I walked through the social grading grid, the ABC 1 social grading grid, and did a bit of research on who's in like which section, how much money they have, and also what the spending power is and that type of stuff, because that helped me in the end to find out who my target audience is, and also upgraded some of my knowledge on this social grading grid. I moved down to a bit of psychometrics, where I looked at different psychometric kind of groups, and I thought to myself, okay, this is for this people, these are for this people, who would be in what the psychometrics of my target audience for my product going to be. Then I went on to some secondary research of some audience statistics. So I looked at different bands, different artists, different ways people access music or artist promotion, and I looked at it and did a bit of research, and then evaluated on my own to find out how it helped me find my own target audience for the product I'm creating. This included finding things like what social media people use. Is social media the best way to promote a band/artist, which it was in the end. So I'd also learnt more from this about how you promote a band/artist, just in case it's something I want to do in the future. Anyway, then I went down to some target audience, like making an audience profile. So I looked at different audience profiles, not a different audience profile. I looked at different things that make up my audience, who I'm going for, what type of music they listen to and stuff, and then I made a mini audience profile, finding out what my target audience is, including like who they are, what age they're going to be, and all that type of stuff. Then I would compare this to my initial idea, which does show that my initial idea of who my target audience is going to be is a lot different to who they actually are. I found this out in the end because it's a bit different. So for the research I did, I found out and knew what my actual target audience is, and then I use this to promote my target the audience with my own product, which came in incredibly useful. Then we go down to I analysed some promotional videos and some promotional websites. This was pretty helpful when it came to the final bits, because when you talk about the artists that I'm making the websites for, you try to look at websites from other artists so I know what I'm making. So I found different elements and different stuff like that, and also different elements from the videos, the video promotions, which really helped me. And also I do believe that did upgrade my analysis skills, which is going to be very useful for things like the FMP and also university. From then I made a list of coding conventions of things that are conventional on artist websites, and also things that are conventional on artist promotional videos for songs, albums, bands, and all that type of stuff. Then I made a audience questionnaire, which I sent out to different members of my target audience who all fit in the same age range, who all somewhat do have an interest in music. From that point, I went on to analyse these. Analyse them. I went on to analyse them, round them up, make sure how it's going to affect my product from what they said. So, example, the colours they said for the band and stuff. They said, this makes it appealing to me. Or I asked them what makes a band advertisement appealing. It's stuff like well thought out, good photography and display, band members in in the adverts, not too showy or attempt to be relatable, that type of stuff, which I think I did incorporate well in my final product. And then I made a audience profile. Well, two in fact. So I spoke to two members of my target audience who in fact did not answer the questionnaire. So different people, they're not giving the same responses, and did a more in-depth sit down with them to find out what their interests are, how they fit into the target audience. So I found out stuff what the audience want in the actual promotions themselves, and also like the bands they listen to, what they think about band advertisements, how they listen to music, which is all good. And it also kind of gave me a bit more experience, and also helped me with like sit down speaking one-on-one to somebody to make up an audience profile, which is good. So it's a useful skill that I can use in the future for FMP or uni work or even a job, you know what I mean? And then I moved down to creating, from this information at least, I've moved down to creating a proposal. This proposal is mainly, well, it's there for one reason. With mainly, it's there to line out what I was doing. What I was doing, what the purpose was, the contents of the website, the style of the videos, the content of the videos, style of the website, the duration of videos, the images, that type of stuff all around, and also position in the marketplace, which is pretty big because when you're thinking about a product like this, you got to think about how it's going to connect to the audience, and you got to think about the position in the marketplace is one of the biggest things, because the position in the marketplace is where it's going to be held. So fans, let's say it's in between fans of AC/DC and Green Day, it's going to be in between them. So people who are fans of both them bands are being targeted. That's just an example, of course. And also, what's the techniques I was going to use? I made it all be. Then I went on to making a production schedule where I scheduled my production. I said, this is where I'm going to do this one I'm going to do that. This one's going to be needed. This is, the risk. And also when I'm going to be editing the footage. Then I moved down to creating some risk assessments of different locations. These risk assessments, I've made multiple before. I think my skills are pretty good for making risk assessments now because of how many I've made. That's my risk assessments. Then I moved down to creating a location recce, a few location recces, where I line out where the location is, what the access is, what times and daylights, the aesthetics of the location, and also some of the risks. And then, of course, a model release form, which the model signed, what the artist signed to make it all legal. Then I made a flowchart of what I'm thinking for the website, like the flow of the website. So, what pages there are, what are on those pages. It's all just a decent idea for creating the product. And it also helped me when I had to make my flat plan, because the flat plan then showed out what my homepage is going to look like, which is alright. And then from that, I made a shot list. I made a shot list of a few of the videos that I was going to make, and then, of course, made a storyboard. Following that, I did some photo shoot planning of the photographs that I was going to do, which did help, because this is all like planning, which is upgrading my planning skills, which is useful whenever it comes to a job or uni or the FMP. I got some feedback from my target audience on my planning. So, the one target audience member says, stuff like the proposal is effective and it'll meet my target audience, which is perfect for me because that's my general idea. So the feedback, and I got the feedback, and I evaluated the feedback, of course, and then from then it changed a little bit. So making the actual product, and I encountered a little bit of a problem at this stage because of my band that I was using dropping out last minute, which is not ideal when I'm using them and solely relying on them. So I had to fall into a backup plan, which I already did have. I had a backup plan to use just change it from a band to a smaller artist called Amy Dorber. From then, I kind of changed a few of my plans. Well, in my head anyway. I didn't change any of the original plans for the thing, but this is last minute change of plans. I made a change to it. I went out, I filmed on the spot, did some photographs, and I think it did turn out pretty successful to shoot. That is the main problem that I found when creating the products. Having being dropped out so late into things. I was waiting on him, and then I messaged and he just said to me, "Can't do it." So I had to fall into Plan B, or as I like to call it, Plan A, me. Can't keep that in. And then from then I made a rough version of the websites, made a rough version of the website and the videos. The feedback I got from this wasn't good. In retrospect, it wasn't. The feedback I got it wasn't good. The draft version of the website wasn't up to any standard that I'd normally submit, which is not. Which did leave a lot of room for improvement on creating the final product, and the audience member did well, say that the audience member did want that. So following on from that, a final version of the website was created, and altogether I believe it was created pretty well, especially with my audience member did reviewed it, named some things she'd want it to be to change, but altogether says it was a successful website, including like all the I believe myself it is a successful website because the amount of content that's on it. There's 3 different albums, or 2 albums and 1 single on there. There's 3 different videos, with more videos coming soon, of course, if this website is going to continue for the artist, which the videos did pretty well. I'll move on to that in a minute. I've got a load of photographs, all taken. The only feedback I got from the audience member is that there should have been some more variation in these photographs, which, you know what, I agree. There should have been some different clothes, different, places. Then over to the live page, I've got some tour that's coming soon. I've got a timer when the tour. I've got a timer of when the dates are coming up, and then I've also got a little poster saying where the artist will be. Following that, I go over to a shop page, which just shows a few items which the people can buy. It's all interactive. All leads to a page that says this page is broken because I don't want to set up a way to actually pay yet until the artist is going to fully use this website. That's the least, anyway. So I believe that was somewhat successful. I can move on now to why I decided to do an artist promotion / website originally. It's mainly because I wanted to have more experience in creating promotional videos, and I thought an artist would be the perfect opportunity. Mainly just because an artist you can do more with. You can show out their personality a bit more instead of just like a product. You can show the personality of the person, and it makes sense in the end. That's what I believe, anyway. So that's why I chose to do that. Yet again, I did use a lot of skills in editing. So my Photoshop skills, I used a lot of skills in cutting the artist out, changing the backgrounds, changing the colours, just because I think it looks better on the website. And then, of course, videos. My After Effects skills came in pretty handy, mainly because of all the zooms in the videos. I wanted to try and make it appealing. I wanted to try and make it catch the audience's eye. And I believe I did that pretty successfully in the end. Altogether, the production and post-production process for me, after the issue with having to change the artist, was pretty successful. I just believe that because the different ideas, I just believe that because it went smoothly. I got a somewhat of a draft. It wasn't the best draft, but it still was there, and it makes it. I could improve from it, which I did, and then I ended up creating something that I count as a pretty successful product. And the post-production process, of course, is making the editing. I loved the editing of the videos and the photographs, and I wish to use that style more in the future. But altogether, I am looking to improve on a few things. For example, I'd love to improve on my website building skills. I know I've improved a lot on it during this unit, but my website building skills is something that I really want to improve on, mainly because I need to. Well, I want to build more websites. If I can build more websites, that'll be perfect. And then, of course, editing skills. Of course, something I've always wanted to get up there. I want to learn more with After Effects. That's my main goal for this year, at least. Because I want to be able to do more with it. Simple. The zooms in, they're just simple, and the text popping up, being subtitles. That was just simple stuff. But moving over to more intense stuff, I'd love to learn how to do that because it made my products a lot better. I think that's something I'd improve on in my next production. I'd also like to improve on having more content. I'd want to have more videos on that page. If I had more time now, I'd go out and film even more videos for that videos page because they're so fun to edit, and also I think they're really appealing to the audience. But altogether, I believe that this product was successful in the end. I think I created a decent website. I think the audience feedback links back to that. So altogether, I do believe my product is successful and is going to reach my target audience. Thank you.